Well, grab a seat, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
D and Davis, the flip.
The flip.
Bringing you our takes on culture, politics, movies, whatever, outside of sports. And again, we will give you sports if something is pressing. Right now, you have the finals, which take place tomorrow. There's no really reason for us to talk about that, but if you really want to know what we think about it, make sure you tune in this upcoming Wednesday, or hit the podcast rather, this Wednesday, and check out Dan Davis' show, where we'll go over what's taking place with the last game until they go out to the West Coast in Toronto versus the Golden State Warriors. I'm Kenneth Davis, and the next voice you hear is the man himself. His name is
D. Demond Spurl. What's going on, everybody? Hey, make sure you follow us on Twitter and Instagram at D and Davis Show. Once again, it's at D and Davis Show. You can download the podcast D and Davis Show, and right here, D and Davis the Flip. iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Music, Stitcher, the TuneIn app, YouTube as well. Wow, this is a fucked up video I'm just watching. You can pass that around. Let's see. D and Davis Show on Facebook, facebook.com/D and Davis Show. D and Davis Show D and Davis Show at gmail.com. I'm on Twitter at Demons1, DEMONZE1. Ken is on Twitter at That's Davis. Executive producer.
Does this person get hit with the lightning?
I think he got hit by the lightning, yes.
I don't think this is a blocker charge. I think this is terrible. Rex Chapman, you're
Chapman.
going too far with this.
Shout out to Rex Chapman. He followed me. What was I saying now? Oh, Ryan's on Twitter. Ryan Bukoveski's on Twitter at Ryan B. Ski. And our main man, Sidney Brown, was down here in the studio with us as well. Make sure you read all his articles and follow him on Twitter at SidKid80 and his articles on weareregalradio.com.
D was on Chicago Sports Talk Live this week. How was that, D?
Hey. Thank you, man. It was fun. It was a shorty show. Got to be on that panel with, let's see, David Hall right here. And we record at 6-7 your score. David Hall was on the panel. Jason Gotch was on the panel. Let's see, Doug Glanville was on the panel for a little bit, and David Kaplan was the host. So I get the chance to sit next to Catman. And actually, real quick too, I think we touched on this, but maybe we didn't. Former UIC head coach and assistant coach up in Wisconsin, Howard Moore. He was in a very bad car accident with his family. A young woman had drove head on into them. Mm-hmm. She died, and unfortunately, Howard Moore's wife, Jennifer, who I actually played in a softball league on the same team with her, she passed away, and their 9-year-old daughter passed away as well. Howard Moore is recovering right now. He was in a coma, probably medical-induced coma. He was in a coma for a while, but his son, I believe, maybe I don't think he's a teenager, but he's maybe, let's say 11 or 12 years old. He was released from the hospital. No major injuries really done to him. But as we were walking in, I saw, shout out to Danny was, how you pronounce Danny's last name? Wasaki, yes. Danny Wasaki, yes. We was walking around. She was introducing me to Cap. And I was like, hey, Cap, I met you years ago. And he's like, where did we meet? I was like, at a UIC Flames game. I used to cover them for our website. And he just sat back in his chair and he just shook his head. I'm like, yeah, Howard Moore. He said, yeah, man. I was like, I told him I played softball with his wife. He's like, man, I want to call him, and I'm friends with him. But he said, but what do I do? Like, how can I, what do I say? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's a crazy thing to talk about or to reach out about. But fast recovery and condolences to the Moore family. Howard Moore is a great guy. He took care of us when we was down there covering them. Great dude. Actually got a shout out doing an NBA Finals game too from from Van Gundy. Yeah. But no, going to the show. The show was great. I said before, shout out to Danny and Cap, everybody down there had a great time. Hung out and talked to Layla Rahimi. She came and found me. She was like, D, what's up? Like, oh, shit. Hey, what's going on? We got chopped up for a little bit. Chopped it up with Michael Walton down from ICB. He works there. I actually, the floor director for the show is a former broadcast teacher of mine at the first school I went to, Connecticut School of Broadcast. Lou, he was a floor director. It was great all the way around, man. It was great. Show was over. Everybody was like, dude, you did a great job. I'm like, thank you. So I had fun with it, man. I had fun with trying to bring Lil D and Davis humor to the show.
Yes, you did. I caught that little.
Which one?
You had some sex innuendo
joke
in there. That was good.
Show me a little lip. You got to show me more than that. No. But no, man, we had a good time. Man. And Shout out to everybody down there, NBC Chicago. Show me, send number love, and hopefully we'll be up back on there again soon.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
You're welcome for that one.
Thank you.
I'm full of D. I turned that one down.
You turned that one down?
Yeah, you're welcome.
Oh, thank you. Shout out to you.
I don't know. You really brought us down, brother.
How?
Because we did Howard Moore. I'm not trying to disrespect that at the end of last show, and you just made this really somber.
Oh, I don't remember we talked about that.
Like, damn, dude.
Fuck. But it was part of the conversation that I had down there.
I don't even know. Can you do something? I don't know what to do right now.
What do you mean?
I'm in a whole different lane.
Jeez. Throw it over here. Let's figure something out.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like,
Man.
I mean,
Well,
people are coming into our show. Like, hey, my book, I listen to the guys. Oh, shit.
I just want to get
Like,
give proper respect.
and again, I'm not saying any disrespect to Howard Moore, and
yeah.
I'm sure that was part of what you were talking about, but
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
Well,
How did you even do that to David Kaplan?
He brought it to me.
You said you brought it in.
No.
You knew what you was doing. I'm gonna make sure I tell him I know his wife. Oh, when I hit him when I knew his wife, and they gonna love me.
No, but we talked about it for a little bit. We did. I mean, it's a crazy story.
All right, sticking with sports then.
Yeah.
Scottie Pippen adds a comedian Lindsay Glazer's 5-year-old daughter to his pending lawsuit.
What is going on with Pip?
Who are the cheapest guys that you've hung out with that we would know?
Well, there's nobody cheaper than Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan. You know.
So Scottie Pippen has this 3-story home in Fort Lauderdale that has 6 bedrooms, 9 bathrooms, a 215-foot private dock with a boat lift, full-size basketball court, putting greens, chilled wine room, fitness center, home theater, according to a 2016 real estate listing. So Scottie rented out his crib to comedian Lindsay Grazer, who I didn't know this. His family is worth $4.5 billion.
Who is Lindsay Grazer?
Doesn't matter.
They got money.
She got that bread.
You may not know her, but the IRS and a lot of important other people know.
They do.
So he filed this lawsuit, and in the lawsuit, he alleged that the Glazer family caused $100,000 worth of damage to his home by neglecting to maintain it and allowing animal urinations.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So Pippen said that in the thing that also he filed it against her, again, a 5-year-old daughter, because the little kid was using crayons to write up on all the walls and shit. It was like $5,000 for these motherfucking walls for these crayons. But listen, to be honest with you, I'm cool with Scottie going ahead and naming the little 5-year-old too, because the little 5-year-old girl is a billionaire too. I want to get the whole.
Wait a minute, did you say 4-point-something billion or million?
Billion.
Oh,
we don't care about millions around here.
I thought you said
I'm this close to being a
million.
millionaire. I'm like, who's like, man, dude, I'm sitting on a million. I'll be like, that's cool.
You said Glazer?
Yeah.
Are they part of the Glazer family?
No. Not that Buccaneers family.
Oh,
no.
Okay.
Different Glazers.
Okay.
Glazer jokingly created a GoFundMe page for it.
Damn. They got the money for it. Wait a minute, I wouldn't put a 5-year-old in a lawsuit though. You could wash off the crayon. The crayon ain't that damn bad. It's everything. It's the animals is walking around like what, pissing and shitting everywhere?
What's it? Pippen also reported
Allegedly.
that
you know dog pee when you smell it.
This is from the Sun Sentinel, reported that the Broward County property appraiser office ordered him to pay $13,000 and more in taxes that year. Pippen will also receive a heftier tax bill in the future after he alleged misclassified his home to reap tax benefits.
Damn, Pip always getting knocked for some money,
Pippen
man.
used the Florida's homestead exemption to do so, but that requires the listed home to be his primary residency.
So Pip had to leave. Oh, that's
He was
probably why
renting
he
it
was
out.
renting it out.
was
Try to get the
renting
tax. I mean, listen, people are going to try to do whatever they need to do to kind of get around the tax code and try to make some money. That's American. That's fucking apple pie. I get that. But, I mean.
I got something about written out. Go ahead, please.
Why do you need 9 shitters in the house?
Yes, you do.
You do?
If you got 8 bedrooms, you need shitters for all of them, don't you? And you need more shitters because 2 people may be in that room. So yes, you need it. Yes. A friend of mine showed me that was telling me how that I guess a neighbor of hers wasn't there because a lockbox was there, and probably the friend had some friends staying there or whatever at their duplex, right?
Okay.
Come to find out, this motherfucker is Airbnb-ing the motherfucking duplex. Right? So you thought people living over your shit, and you think they're just having some friends stay there, and no, they're renting out that shit.
You think something wrong with it?
I would want to rent. Don't listen. That's like if I live next door to you and shit. No, I mean, again, cool. It's your house. You got to get some money. But no, don't turn into a hotel, motherfucker.
You wouldn't want to sit next to our Airbnb.
Do you say what I want to?
Yeah.
No. Especially not in the hood.
Well, I don't know how many Airbnbs are in the hood.
There may be a few, but I don't need it. I'm Airbnb trap house. Like, man, I just got to cook this shit up real quick.
Well, luckily we in like the semi hood.
Breaking Bad.
Yeah, we in a good part of the hood.
Man, I'm just trying to cook up, man, and get the shit out. I need just the space to cut it and the stove.
Cut it, weigh it, and it's gone.
That's
you
it.
don't see me that much longer.
I'm out. I'm out.
I don't know. I think if I owned a duplex, if I needed some money, I'd probably Airbnb that shit out. If it's in a good neighborhood, why not? That's good money, man.
All I'm saying, like, all right.
That's good money.
But the setup is basically a fucking 4-story home.
Okay.
It's split.
Oh, it looked like a house, but it's actually different apartments in the house. It's cut up.
Yes, it's a condo.
It ain't like a brick.
Yes, brick.
Oh, okay.
But still, it's like
2 flat, 3 flat. That's what it looked like.
It looks it looks like a 3 flat.
Okay, all right.
Right. It looks like a 3 flat, kinda, but not really. It looks like a tall ass house, a townhouse.
Okay.
Tall townhouse, which is split up. Like each one is 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. Right. Upstairs, downstairs. So if I'm living in this motherfucker, no, I don't want any and everybody coming around this motherfucker. I live here.
Are you renting?
Am I? No, I'm saying I'm
No. I'm saying if you are the person. Oh, is your person that you're talking about? Do they rent it or they own that one unit in that building?
They own it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. That's different.
Yeah.
I thought you were
the people
saying
upstairs own. But see,
but they rented it out. They Airbnb.
They always some
out.
shifty fuckers too.
Who they shifted?
Shiftless.
Y'all always got something going on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think I never used the Airbnb before.
I think it's like staying in somebody's house.
It's
just
really
cleaner.
Is. It really is. It really is.
It's like house Uber.
But you know what? People,
I need a ride for Saturday nights.
take me to my Airbnb. But I mean, listen, it's a very lucrative business. People. Matter of fact,
dude.
I got a cat I work with. He's going to live in. We're going to Copenhagen for a month, and I'm like, dude, you just going on vacation for a month? He's like, oh no, I'm gonna be working up there. I go, where are you staying? All right, Airbnb. Like, oh, okay. He's gonna be in Copenhagen.
That's how you get diseases.
I was thinking about the duplex thing you just said. You know, there's people when Airbnb came out, we're like, yes, I'm gonna have people around me finally. I'm gonna rent this thing out. Yes.
I got this room. That was always weird. Like, have you ever been to someone's house who had who rented out a room in their house?
No.
That's always weird. Because it's like, this is not a family member. They be like, yeah, Lester, he just be coming in and you'll see that person just walk through.
What's up, y'all? What is this?
He
beautiful day today.
How much can he come out of his room? Like, what's his boundaries? Like, motherfucker, we can see you 3 times. You can sit in here.
You go out the back door.
The hallways are open from 3 to 6.
Listen to this motherfucker creeping around in the middle of the motherfucking night.
What's Lester back there doing?
You gotta pee again.
Was he bro man for Martin?
I mean, that's not in your contract. No, it's not in your
at
lease.
least twice, I think, growing up. I'd be like, he not your uncle? Be like, nah, we just rent the room out to him. Damn. Like, that shit weird.
In a sandwich.
I wonder how much they rent the room out for.
Nah, this was in Inglewood, so.
Oh, about $20. $20 in a pack of smokes.
It's like, man, just pick up my kids.
Yeah.
I wouldn't rent out a room for motherfuckers picking up my kids.
No,
I just pick them motherfuckers up.
I don't know if I would rent out a room to. I mean, I've had family members stay with me, but I don't know if I would ever. You still blowing your nose on the. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. There you go. Running gag.
It's not a chance I'm renting out a room, you know, motherfucker.
Yeah, I've never rented out a room. Definitely had family members stay with us for.
What's the longest you had a family member stay with you?
My sister-in-law stayed with us for about a year.
Okay.
No, Jackie, maybe. No, I don't think it was a year, but she stayed with us for a while. It was cool though. I mean, we helped each other because all the kids were small, so that was cool. That worked out. You know what I'm saying? She needed a place to crash until she got a spot, so that was cool. But I think listen. I probably Oh, you know what? You know what's weirder than that to me?
What's up?
I've never had roommates before, right? I'm an only child. I never had a roommate until I went to college for 1 year. And then my next year I had
too much. I gotta go.
and the next year I had a single, and then Chanel, and now we're married. So I never had a roommate. But it's always weird when people's like, yeah, I found this room on Craigslist and I've just rented out the room with other roommates. It's like, so you don't know these people? The first time somebody said that to me, I was like, wait a minute, hold on. So you don't know them? He's like, no, I found it online. Like, what did you do? You know the other person? So the three of you motherfuckers don't know each other and y'all just living with each other? Bullshit.
I'm with you.
No.
I'm like you, D. I gotta know you first, man.
No.
I gotta know you first.
And I have plenty of coworkers now. They're young in their 20s. Shit, some probably can be in their early 30s. And they was like, yeah, it's my roommate. Like, well, how did y'all meet each other? Well, you know, it's this app now. You can meet people. Like, you don't know that motherfucker. You don't know them.
I had
How
one
you
college.
with them like that?
I had one college roommate that I didn't know before.
You better go back home. Your mama said, I'm sure your mama said you can stay there.
No, I'm always going to live with their parents.
I know my mama said I can go back home. I don't know about you. You need to go back home. That's the weirdest thing to me.
I had
Still weird.
one college roommate that I didn't know before we were roommates. Like my first roommate, we went to high school together.
Was this in the
best friends.
dorms? Or, okay.
And I had my first. Then wait, actually, me and my then best friend went to college together, and we got a third roommate that we didn't know, but he was only our roommate for like 2 to 3 months before they moved him out of our room.
Okay, he just needed stash somewhere till he got a room.
Because my bed was a bunk bed.
Damn, you shared a belt bed with this motherfucker?
Yeah, I did.
You was a top or bottom?
I was a bottom.
Just in case you got a juke him in the night, huh? fuck you doing up there? Motherfucker, stop. Stay still, motherfucker. Stay still.
Actually, he went to Carmel.
No bathroom for you.
Stay your ass up.
This motherfucker always walk on this damn ladder.
He went to
every
Carmel.
night.
He was a cool
Up the
cat.
ladder, down the ladder.
He was a
Up
cool
the ladder,
cat.
down the ladder.
And then when I moved off the yard, my other roommate and Ron, we all moved and got a townhouse together.
But I think in college it's kind of different because you're kind of like...
yeah, you're growing.
You're growing and you're meeting people. You grown motherfuckers, you all have jobs.
But these places, you got to think of how much rent is.
That's the whole thing.
And they're not coming to your neighborhood.
I know.
So clearly,
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
It's like, can I tell people like, you can move around my house.
I saw that Tauruses that got hit, D.
How much you renting? How much like? Because that's the whole thing. It's like, well, damn, like how much you on rent? Oh, my rent is about $600. Like, okay, that's cool. How many roommates you got? 5. What the fuck? Like, all y'all paying the same amount? Well, it depends on the size of the room. This person might pay a little bit more because their room is bigger. Like, man, you need to go home. You know, I'm like, it's a two bed.
That's them growing though.
It's a 2-bedroom on 84th and Paxton. They go for like $800 right now. You can get it if you want to. No security deposit. But they don't want to move 84th and Paxton.
Hell no. Like, what they gonna walk
J14 right there.
Walk to KFC. What are the amenities in this location? It's a KFC right there on South Chicago.
You got Carl's.
Is KFC the worst drive-through fried chicken?
I haven't had KFC in about 20 years.
Yeah. I mean, let's go. How many drive-throughs your fried
Let's
chicken?
see. How about Browns?
Oh, no. Browns is worse than KFC.
Yeah, Brown. I hate Brown.
See, this
Obviously,
is a
Popeye's better than
this is a
KFC.
racial thing.
Wait, is that Brown still downstairs? It was a Browns in
No,
the
it's not
Midwest.
down
Okay,
I love
all
all
right.
these places.
Wait. You like Browns more than KFC?
I like Browns. I don't know if I like it better than
See,
KFC.
white people like Browns more than black people.
I like Browns.
That
But
is
I
true.
Like all
That
of
is
them.
true.
I like Popeyes. I like
Brown's
KFC.
chicken one is
You just
extra
like chicken,
it's
right?
extra,
I like
love
it's
fried
extra
chicken.
greasy, and the skin is always ready to pull off.
See,
Browns
that's how
is-
I feel with KFC.
It's like snatch
Did you
away
say with
skin.
KFC or with Browns? They do that.
What?
Did
Skin?
you say KFC does that with the skins? Or-
No, Browns.
See, that's how I feel with KFC. It's too
Well, you shouldn't
greasy
really
and-
eat KFC chicken. If you're gonna get fast food fried chicken, there's only one place to really get it. That's it. Stop at Popeyes.
Wait a second. Okay.
Now again, if you want to get a sandwich from KFC, cool.
Oh, those-
Or if you want to get
those
some,
little ones?
yeah,
They
all
sell
them little
sandwiches?
chicken littles.
Yeah,
They sell
I love
sandwiches?
those
Oh, those little
ones.
chicken littles can go, especially when they got them deals.
Yep.
I'd be like, give me. They'd be like, oh, how many want? I'd be like 3. They'd be like, that's all. I'd be like, yes, I'm on a budget. All right. I used to go to my my rehab because right there on 95th is that KFC. Man, I go over there, grab me 2 of them things,
Oh,
and they
yeah,
were
it's
on
KFC
sale.
over there.
I think they were like
Probably
they're-
2 for $1 or
they were
something.
lower than that because they're $1.89.
How big are they?
They're like, man, they're a
It's
chicken
like
strip.
a slider
It's
almost.
a healthy chicken. It's a chicken strip put in the what's it? But they do have a chicken sandwich though. Wait, look,
I
real
thought I haven't
quick.
been inside a KFC
Another
about
deal,
20 years.
another KFC deal what they got right now going on. That's what happens when you got a family and you're not eating healthy.
Name of this podcast, KFC deals.
Look, I'm gonna tell you how to feed your kids, right? All right, I'm gonna tell you real quick.
Listen to all you people paying $600 a month with
Yep,
5 random
this is what you
roommates.
do.
There you go.
KFC right now has a $6 Mitch and match, right?
Okay.
Now I'm gonna give you the shit you don't need. They got that stupid bowl with I think it's like mashed potatoes, gravy, and
They
chicken.
still sell those?
I don't know because I never had one.
You like them? You like
Oh yeah, I'm a big potato guy though.
Yeah, I bet. Again, that's a cultural thing. I know who was buying that. They didn't make that for us.
Is it sweet potato bowl? A regular potato bowl?
Listen, ain't no black person saliva drooling over no potato. I love mashed potatoes, but I'm never going to some place like,
I love mashed
give me a
potatoes.
bowl with the mashed potatoes with the chicken in it. Right? Nah, and the corn.
Corn?
Yeah. I think then they got,
little gravy on
then
top
they
of
got, now I want this, but I'm afraid to try it. They have a pot pie there, right? Ooh. Sometimes a pot pie can be legit.
I haven't had a pot pie. Man, y'all.
Pot pies are very delicate.
That's
They
the thing.
are
That's why I
very
haven't.
delicate.
That's why I
Very
haven't tried it.
delicate.
That's why I haven't
They
because
are.
that's like a whole pot that I'm gonna be pissed off. Like this shit sucks.
It's
Look,
either good or I just want to
throw it all away.
Chicken pot pie.
And we see when you get older, you realize when you're a kid, you're like, all right, just the top. When you get older, you realize that bottom part is where all the lusciousness is in a pot pie. I figured out as a teenager. I was like, this bottom is spectacular. I toss this shit out.
Scraping it.
Yeah, right?
I've been wasting years on the top.
Damn. But this is where now this is where you make your living with the KFC mismatch. That you can get 3 chicken tenders and the Colonel Crisp. It's a whole chicken sandwich, right?
You still eat KFC like this?
This is recently because I'm on a budget.
Oh, wow.
So this was something for the draft or something I got it. I was picking the kids up and I was going home to watch some draft shit. I said, they got that Mitch and match, right?
So you get each one of these things, one for $1?
No,
6 of them?
No, that's not this. That's not this. This
okay,
is the Mitch and match is just, you can switch these up for $6, you can get 2.
Okay, I got you.
So what you do is you get the chicken tenders for the kids and you get the crispy chicken for yourself. Now, if your woman's there,
Some for ladies.
you get 2. So that's $12. But now you got chicken tenders for feed the kids tomorrow. All right? And that's your update on the fast food out here. But again,
Now I'm craving KFC.
just for that, you don't get chicken pieces from KFC. You get the special chicken. You never eat at Brown's in general. Have you ever listened?
I haven't had Browns in so long.
I
There's
love
no Browns in the city, is
There
there?
used to be one on
There is
75th and Jeffrey.
I think I saw one not too long ago.
Yeah, it used to be right down 70, and it was there for years. They finally closed.
I think
in
there's one on the
late
west
90s.
side.
It can stay there. It's
It was one downtown.
I love fried mushrooms. Right.
Oh yeah.
I love fried mushrooms. Again, this is culturally.
Fried
off.
pickles too.
I think this is a down south thing too. I love a fried mushroom. So I remember one of the last things I got from Brown's that was off of 75th and Jeffrey. I think I went in there as a teenager and got some fried mushrooms. They were the wackest, worst, overburnt.
Oh,
My God. Brown's chicken needs to stay in the suburbs as far away from culture as it possibly.
We need to look up. Can you look up the locations of Brown chickens in Chicago?
No, there's 2 over by me.
I know everybody.
They are?
Yeah, the one in Evergreen Park on 95th off of not Polite. What's that? Kedzie. And there's one on 111th near Cicero.
Man, I haven't seen a Browns. That's like looking for a fucking dodo bird to me.
It's one in Skokie.
Damn! Look at Brown still out here.
It's one in Melrose Park. They got a Mr. Brett. No, this is just Mr. Brown's Lounge.
No. We maybe need to stop there then.
Yeah, they got one. They have one in Evergreen Park. This is one Sydney's probably talking about. They got one in Elk Grove, Oaklawn, Downers Grove, Harvey. Poor Harvey.
Oh, Harvey got one. Black folks.
Yeah, that's for
Now we know why.
You come in there, the whole corrupt ass. Only reason it's open is because Harvey corrupt as shit. Joliet, St. Charles, and Aurora.
Wow.
Wait. This is Chicago.
None. Nothing.
is
Not
the
a
Browns with the murder? Are they open still?
Oh, you got to go there. D.
You
Good going, D.
You talking about me?
Good going, D. Unsolved murder mysteries that took 15 years. Was that the Joliet one, I think?
Was that here?
Yeah, it was
No,
in the
those
burbs.
in-
Suburbs. I think.
Yeah, those are
bird.
northern suburbs, I think.
Remember they
I remember
didn't see
that.
the girlfriend sit
Yeah.
there and
I remember.
the execution style. That shit was
Yeah.
like, what the hell happened? And what happened? You motherfuckers always got to go
Palatine.
Got to go tell
Palatine,
your girl.
yeah.
Valentine. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
it was. Thanks, Ryan.
Yeah. See, my.
The more you know.
Wait a minute. So, wait, your question was drive-through fried chicken, right?
Yes.
All right. So yeah, Popeye's number one.
Let me ask you, what's the best fried chicken? Because I love fried chicken. I want.
Oh,
know
Harold's
the
is
best.
still number one to me.
I still haven't gone to Harold's.
Harold's number one to me.
Harold's is a number one. Best fried chicken. That's hard.
You talking about restaurant? You talking about like a
Just a
little joint?
go-to place.
Like a little
if you
joint,
guys
right?
are craving it, where are you going?
I'm going to Harold's, but I don't eat chicken no more.
Harold's is famous for a slathered wing.
You don't have to get your wing with
But
the
then
mouse sauce.
guess what? You don't go to Heroes then.
I said, hey, listen, you go
And
to
there
a
are
few
some good
Heroes,
Heroes.
they get some good fried chicken.
I'm not arguing. There are
Good-
some
a
good
good
Heroes
cook.
that have good fried chicken, but
yeah.
that's not usually why you go.
No,
there.
I go for the mouse sauce.
All right, exactly.
I go for the mouse sauce. What is
The only
barbecue-
sauce D will eat.
Yep. What barbecue sauce?
They got what's the name? I had it in Detroit. They got it in here over on over in Market Roosevelt, off of Roosevelt. What's that market over there? Fulton
Not-
Market.
Oh, really?
They have a
Like a fried chicken joint?
yeah. It's a
In
have like
Fulton,
6
right?
locations in the country.
Oh, it's a joint up north. Honey.
Yeah, Gus's world famous fried chicken.
Oh, yeah.
Gus's is
Yeah,
good.
I heard about that one. That's new. That's fairly new
Gus's
here.
is
Yeah.
good.
It's a joint up on the north side. Honey something. I forget the name.
Yeah, I know
of it.
exactly. I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
that was really good.
What's the name that has good chicken? I'm just saying like
But these ain't joints though. These ain't like
yeah.
some walk-in
Chicago
joint,
and waffle.
though. Yeah,
Only problem is hot. It's hot as fuck.
It is.
Right? It's
So
like
on King Drive?
yeah, it's like
Yeah,
God,
chicken is
this
good.
is too hot.
Yeah,
right.
Like spicy or temperature?
Temperature.
Temperature.
I like spice, so that's no problem.
Yeah, I love spice.
Even though
It
it's
come right out the
it's
grease.
out in
Yeah.
out there by Chicago Ridge, they have a hot chicken spot, right? And me and Afton been there a couple of times, and I like really spicy food. And when I first went there, I got their spiciest one. I was like, this is too spicy, and that's something for me, right? So I got the one above mild this last time.
Taste buds is destroyed.
Yeah, but this the thing with this, I can't taste the chicken as much. And see, the thing with
Your mouth is on fire.
yeah, but see, you can have extremely hot shit and still
Yeah.
taste the food.
Oh, yeah.
And so that this was one of the first times I had something extremely hot, and where's the flavor of the actual food? I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna go back here because
was just
I
too
couldn't
much.
taste the chicken. It's
Yeah, you
like-
don't want to just taste the spice.
No.
You want that combination. Give me
Yes.
that hot with that chicken.
If you're ever up in Evanston here in Chicago, the Chicken Shack is pretty good too.
Okay.
That's a nice little spot. It ain't Harold's.
I need to get Gus's and Harold's.
You know, Gus is like we enjoy. We
You know
got
what?
Gus out
Uncle
there.
Remus on the west side. I don't know what the one over here on the south side of Chicago.
I think I've had the one on South Side before.
It's not bad. Their mild sauce is kind of sweet, so it's like you probably
Ooh,
got
I don't like that.
You probably got diabetes after you eat it.
Oh, I don't like that.
You gonna lose a
I don't
foot.
like sweet
Yeah,
sauces.
it's kind of sweet.
Unless it's spicy.
Totally.
Sweet.
Yeah,
Totally.
yeah.
Sweet
But
meat-
the chicken is
for
good, though.
Sweet. Speaking of sweet meat, Tourist Flavors on Stony Island was crashed into by some ratchet young ladies.
Oh yeah, man.
And the thing is, and I always talk shit. Tourist is probably most famous for its steak sandwich, which to me is trash. Because I call it sweet meat to go along with what you just said, because that's what put it in my head. It's the sweetest steak meat. Exactly. I'm like, what the fuck is this candy meat? I call it candy meat.
I don't like caramelized.
Dude, don't give me candy meat, right? And people, when I was in there, so I was in there Thursday, and people are like, yeah, let me get this steak. And I'm like, what the fuck are y'all eating? I want to say in there, like, don't order that shit, right? Like, that is not for people that enjoy really good food or anything like that. But they have, and I'm dissing with that, but their regular sandwiches
Like
are
hoagie style?
yeah, they're hoagie sandwiches.
What's your
are-
go-to?
I get the turkey breast supreme.
I love turkey
I
sandwiches.
get the turkey breast because actually their hoagie is really made out of turkey. It's supposed to seem like it's a ham, but it's a turkey anyway. But I get their turkey supreme, and look, this is to let you know, I ate half of it for lunch, right? Thursday, I put the other half in the refrigerator. We did all the running around. You met us yesterday. After I was with you guys yesterday, I was carrying around the other half of the sandwich all day. When I did Sean and Maya yesterday, shout out to Sean and Maya Akai. After I did that, came here, worked on my job. We had the meeting with Mitch. I ate that other half of the sandwich. That shit was flame. And that bitch has been in my book bag all day, right?
Dang, I need to
was
go
eating it
here.
like, damn, this shit was maybe better than the half I had
I
yesterday.
love sandwiches. I need to go there.
when it
Whoa.
opens back up on a Saturday,
Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna.
It's like right by
Down.
us. It's right by us.
I
It's
am
like
down.
this is one of they're a quality sandwich, but they have very good bread.
sandwiches.
You have to have that bread right. If you got trash bread, get the fuck out of here or
Right.
whatever.
Taurus is probably one of the best known sub shops on the south
You
side.
won't
Now,
be disappointed.
I'm not a sub dude, as we've learned in the last flip or last Lee and Davis show.
Get that sandwich out of here.
Yeah, I don't want
I
it.
forgot
I
the
used
name.
to drive past like, what the fuck is that place? I just went past it. But I think after me and you was talking about it one day, and then it seemed like every other person was talking about Taurus. Like, oh yeah, I go there all the damn time. I'm like, oh okay. But no, it's kind of
It's a
crazy.
staple.
It's a Chicago staple. I ain't gonna say a South Side staple. It's a Chicago staple. It's a But yeah, some girls drove into it, and now it's closed for a while.
And I mean, this is prime Harold's time. This is a weekend too. You know how much
They be packed.
the line
Go
goes
down
out
Stony?
the door.
You know, Stony on a Saturday? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah, shit, even some evenings.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying,
Yeah,
dude.
even
Listen,
some evenings.
I was actually gonna get another
Weekday
sandwich
evenings.
for the old lady because then she was complaining like, "Yeah, I saw that sandwich in the refrigerator." You didn't give me one. I didn't have it. They take cash. There, I was like, I didn't have enough cash.
You only take cash?
It's another sandwich spot. I also enjoy a meatball sub from Fontano's.
Yeah.
I've never had
Actually,
that place.
they have
It's right down the street.
They have a good turkey sandwich too. Oof.
And see, I like meatball too. I would
Their
definitely
turkey,
do
but see,
meatball.
meatballs that's another one.
Delicate.
That's another one. Because
Delicate.
again, remember we were talking about the chicken parmesan last week? If you don't have that sauce right, it's just
Right.
like what's cutting it. So what I do with my meatball sandwich, I get jardinere on that shit to cut that fucking jardinere.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, because that acid, that bitter, it cuts through, so it's just not all that.
Yeah, that's
I get
a great
that. And I
idea.
get them to put a little oregano on that shit.
Ooh, I love oregano on
put a
sandwiches.
little
I used to make great meatball sandwiches at Subway.
No, you didn't, because Subway sucks.
Let me get an extra meatball in there, blood. I got you.
Listen, last one. I gotta ask you this question. This will be a question for you then. So this is a meatball question, meatball sandwich
I
question.
used to eat them all the time.
This is the thing.
I'll eat them now.
You know why as a kid I used to be like, I'm not gonna buy one of those. How the fuck do you bite into a meatball sandwich properly? But when you got, and I was like, wait, how many meatballs do I get per sandwich? Do not fuck around. And if I get, let's say, like an 8-inch meatball sub, give me 4 fucking meatballs.
Well, how big are the meatballs?
The ones at Fontano's are like that.
Yeah, they're pretty big, yeah.
Yeah, but no, this is the thing.
Well, like Subways are like
Yeah.
smaller than a golf
No,
ball.
this
or
is
something.
saying no.
Small. We used to give you 8 on a foot long.
You got to give me the one in the middle that you cut through the sandwich, and make sure there's one on the fucking end.
Yes.
Don't have those ends.
Yes, I hate when the ends
just
are bare.
bread.
Yeah. Here's your sauce bread.
So how would you do it, D? Would you make sure they were straight out? Did somebody have to ask the young blood, or y'all was just giving away meatballs because
No.
they
It was 4 meatballs to a
take
6.
these nasty ass meatballs out? Motherfucker.
Dad, we lost the sub.
Who made this shit? No. It was 4 meatballs to a 6-inch and 8 to a foot long. So you had 4 on 4.
4
I don't
to a
think that's
6-inch?
enough.
Not 4 to a 6-inch.
Especially the
6-inch?
size of those
Yeah, not
meatballs.
to a
That's not
6-inch.
enough.
Well, you gotta think about it though. You're adding other condiments and ingredients
You're not
to the
supposed
sandwich.
to.
Yeah, you're not supposed to with meatball.
Oh no! Oh,
No.
people, hey, listen. People sandwiches, they are like
You're not
their
getting,
own thing.
but not
though.
with like you don't put
Like,
that
I've done
something
meatball
should be
with-
traditional, kind of. Well, put like it's
feel
close to tradition because there's a reason you do it like that.
do it like that, dude. I used to get people come in. This was kind of like a staple of it. Making Subway sandwiches, they would come in. We do the cheese at the bottom. You get to pick your cheese, American or cheddar, or whatever we want, Swiss. We put 4 slices down there. We would do, and sometimes they're like, can you heat it up? I'm like, okay, dude, we heat it up. Let the cheese melt.
They do that at Fontano's. They
Yeah.
put because they got the pizza oven over the one right there. They put the cheese on like you said. They throw it in the pizza. oven.
Then you put the meatballs on top of it, and we keep it in the steamer, whatever like that, with the marinara sauce. Put that on top, and then some people like, hey, give me the works, give me everything. I want.
I've
lettuce,
done
I
that
want
before.
mashed, I want
lettuce?
When I was a
yeah.
kid,
Oh, yeah.
my first
People
experience
say,
with
hook it up,
meatball
put everything on there.
was Subway. Out in the suburbs, that's all we had out there. So I tried it with all the vegetables. You can't do it. You can't.
No,
Once you
I-
bite into
listen,
it, you're like, no,
what is
something
it?
should be traditional.
Some
like you
people,
said.
but like I said though,
Lettuce?
people with their sandwiches, you'll be surprised with
I
some
get
people.
it, but
yeah,
it's like
what
some
people will
people
want.
don't know.
And some people like, I don't want that. And people like, give me everything.
I'm gonna
like,
tell you
okay.
this.
I just put lettuce and cheese on my meatball. That's it.
There you go.
No, you don't put lettuce on that
Yeah,
because the
can't
the
put
sauce
lettuce.
is gonna just warp the lettuce in you. You like first of all, like like when I get burritos, I don't get lettuce in my burrito.
Burritos, right.
It's gonna wilt. It's too hot.
I like lettuce in my burrito.
It becomes like lettuce is strong like this. It's like it's sweaty. It's like
this old
I'm
lippy
just
ass
sitting here all
lettuce?
sweaty and shit.
This old
It's like I got on
lippy
a
ass
wife beater. Like
It's so hot in this burrito.
No, people would ask for anything. But listen, man,
People
we
should ask.
We have all kind of requests when it comes to people's sandwiches. Yeah.
get it your way. But this is the thing, and I do this sometimes. If I go somewhere and I don't know how it's made, I'm like, how do y'all make? Give me the way that you'll make it, and then I'll flip it my way.
Right.
If I don't like certain aspects and I want to change it, cool. But try it the initial way first, so you know, because there's a reason usually why things are made the way they're made.
Majority of the time, I didn't say majority of the time, but I think the traditional way would be the cheese and marinara sauce. You would people would ask put oregano on it. People would ask put a little salt and pepper on it.
I'm wrong with that.
I think onion
and
may
that'd
be
be
okay.
Onion's okay.
Yeah, but
Onion and
about
that
it.
sauce can go
some
together.
people may like give me everything, or some people might be just like give me the cheese and the meatball. And
I
that's
like
it.
the jardiniere or putting some spice on that thing.
Oh,
that
too.
would
We
probably
used to
help
get the hot
your
peppers.
Jardiniere.
People ask for hot
Jardiniere.
peppers on there too.
I try
Oh,
to
yeah.
cuts through it. It pops.
Listen, sometimes you might have a sub, man, and you got to wrap it up, and it's like, damn, this is a big ass sub. Or some might be like, I can wrap this real quick because you ain't got nothing on it. So it depends on the person.
All right, this one's from Ryan. Sacha Baron Cohen says Borat broke up Pam Anderson and Kid Rock's marriage.
Pamela, I am not attracted to you anymore. Not.
It's been long rumored that Anderson's appearance in Sacha Baron Cohen's film caused the end of her brief marriage to the rocker, but the comedian never confirmed it until now, according to the Daily Beast. Anderson was the only person in the film who knew Cohen was playing a character. Cohen told the Daily Beast Matt Wilson in an interview that he released a part of the upcoming episode of the Last Laugh podcast. The scene together involves Cohen and Borat, character attempting to put Anderson in a traditional marriage sack so he can carry her he can marry her in Kazakhstan. I apologize. He said he told her in advance because if he didn't, it would have been kidnapping. So going along with the story, Kid Rock is watching the movie with Pam Anderson, and he sees this and is like, "You're a slut," which I still don't get. You're a whore. You're nothing but a whore, and you're a slut. I don't get why her in the skit with Borat. Like, he was listen, clearly, this is some other shit that took place. This was just the kicker. He already in his head, like, I'm tired of this slutty whore.
He got a way out.
Yeah, I'm tired of this slutty whore, basically, right? And this was just, okay, Borat was the reason.
Why are you pursuing a movie role?
Exactly. Why are you making money? But, yeah.
So wait, when was this? What was the movie that this was?
It was the Borat movie.
The Borat movie. I
don't even remember Borat.
I
used to
remember
love
it.
yeah, but I don't remember.
I don't remember her in the movie though.
Yeah, he's like he comes to America. He falls in love with Pam Anderson because he sees Baywatch. So he's like all about Pam Anderson, and he goes to
interviewed her?
Hollywood to marry her. And like Ken said, he kidnaps her in the movie with this marriage sack. And he, when doing the movie, he wanted to be completely like, he didn't want people to know that he was playing a character. And he does that with like everything, basically.
Right. Yeah,
So to me, the funny part was that, first of all, Kid Rock sucks. Period.
Kid Rock has been sucking for about 20 years.
To me, he's the dude that's like, America, freedom.
Yep.
He should be barred out. First one, I think.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know nothing. And then you say all this freedom stuff, and then you get mad at Pam Anderson for pursuing a movie role where she gets put in a marriage sack. Like, she didn't show nudity or anything crazy.
I know. It was a comedy.
She didn't have sex on screen, I don't think.
No.
I forgot that she used to be on
Tool Time. Home
yeah.
Home
Oh,
Improvement.
yeah.
I forgot she was a Tool girl.
Yeah, she was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was a Tool.
Man,
She was the first one.
This pick is.
Yep.
Hey, listen, Pam Anderson was a beautiful woman.
She was, is what you said?
I said it was.
It's okay if you
She's
say
still an attractive woman now.
Did you see,
She's just not the same. Look.
What Cohen said, though, too? He said, like, he wished they stayed together because supposedly they're perfect for each other, and he didn't want her to end up with the dude that's in jail. What's his name?
Julian Assange?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But you know what, man? Sometimes you just see people. They just go down the wrong
If
road.
Pam Anderson wrote a book about the penises she's had,
Seriously.
She hasn't written a book before.
not that I know of.
I wouldn't be surprised if Pam
Tommy
Anderson
Lee,
wrote.
Kid Rock, Scott Baio, Julian Assange, and I'm just naming some people we know.
Yeah, just off the top of your head.
Yeah, she got story to tell. I'm surprised she probably doesn't have a book though.
I think she's kind of
Oh, Hugh.
Loki.
Did we mention Hugh?
Hugh Hefner?
She did. She did date Hugh Hefner. She sure did.
Oh,
yeah, she did. She did.
She was struggling. She needs some cash.
No, that's probably just the name.
I think it was around Baywatch time when they first started hooking up.
That was before Viagra. She wasn't doing shit.
I wasn't. Did y'all
You were
watch
still
did
young
y'all
enough,
watch
right?
Baywatch?
No.
Robert Kraft?
A little. Yeah, you know he pop a blue one before he be like, I'm getting my money's worth. I'm taking 2.
I was listening to Send Mitch that 5-minute clip. I was listening to old stuff and listening to discussion we had on the Flip, or I forgot if it was Dean Davis with Robert Kraft. Oh, that was so
Great
funny
shit.
listening to that again.
Was that the one when Montez was here?
Yeah.
Because Montez was ready to go.
Like, what is this?
Now, you stepped right into a full-fledged flip.
Listening to the episode, there's so many times where we try to stop and then just somebody
that's
brought
what-
it back up.
That's what makes it the shit.
Let me see. I see a Pam Anderson book, but you're talking like an autobiography. That's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah,
Karen?
a tell-all.
She should.
I mean, no, she shouldn't. You shouldn't. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't kiss and tell. I'm a proponent of don't kiss and
Yeah, I
tell.
believe in that too.
Like, why?
You just don't know what other relationships that you probably could potentially.
Plus, why you wouldn't want anybody to do that? Well, you may not want somebody to do it to you, and also if you are a quote unquote person that's dating, it helps you because when people find out you can keep a secret, they may give you some more action.
It's very possible.
Sydney Brown.
Yeah, no, this is it. Her book was called Raw. It came out in was it 2015? Yeah, but she has an autobiography out.
Yeah, I bet she's not talking about all the penises though. All right.
I mean, if you want to get a book about penises.
I'm just talking about. We would do it if it was a guy doing that. We would say all the ladies.
Oh
he
yeah,
slept with.
yeah.
All right, this is something near and dear to our hearts. A bar in Boys Town. For anybody that doesn't know, in Chicago, Boys Town is an area that has a lot of gay people. Well, not gay, LGBTQ.
LGBT.
Thank you, community. In Chicago, that's where the Gay Pride Parade in Chicago was held. And this bar came out this past week. Well, it slipped out that they had sent a letter to DJs basically telling them to no longer play rap music, and if they played it, they would no longer be allowed in the bar. Here's a little excerpt. The bar instead suggested DJs play music reminiscent of DJ AM for 2019, a super open format pop dance focused on atmosphere. The email also suggested DJs think Kiss FM, B96, opposed to WGCI. That's the prominent black station here in Chicago. Mm-hmm. It's like, none of that's up here, blackies. And some of the people felt that they were basically saying that they didn't want people of color to come to the restaurant any longer. And this was actually looking through some of the stuff that I read. There were some LGBTQ communities, people of color, that said this is one of the only places up there that they actually frequent often because they were like, they kind of don't like the vibe up there anyway. So to have this bar kind of tell them that, it's a really big fuck you. A person said that this is fucking racist as fuck. One person wrote on Twitter, Progress is frequented by people, this is the name of the bar, Progress is frequented by people of color, and banning rap is basically saying fuck you. This is what I just said. I already don't go to Boys Town as it is because of how it caters to the white gays, but Progress Bar was one of the few places that most of us people of color could hang out. Another person tweeted, if you said that even in a neighborhood designed to all gays, they try to push back the black ones out. So this has been something we've been hearing over the last year, actually, that a lot of young black gay men felt that they aren't welcome in Boys Town. And they
Black men and women?
No, the guy.
It was mostly black men.
Yeah, mostly black guys.
Black
Well,
gay
Boys
men.
Town, even though it's an LGBTQ community, it's primarily gay.
Gay men. But this is the thing.
Because that's probably why they call it Boys Town.
I mean, but everybody live up there, though.
I'm just joking.
Oh, okay. I think I've seen everybody up there.
They've made the commitment.
But this is the thing about this bar, which is kind of stupid. Hip hop is the music of America right now.
For real.
I mean, if you're like 45 and under, shit, probably 50 and under. Probably 50 and under. Hip hop is the music you grew up on.
Puffy is 49.
Hey, there you go. There you go.
All right.
My mother and father are in their early 50s, maybe, I can't almost say mid 50s now. My pops was a DJ and we used to break dance. So that's the music of that time. Probably if you was born like between maybe the mid 60s to the early 70s, that is your music. So
It's part of your music.
Part of your music. Right, part of your music. Yeah, thank you, Ken. But then you have younger people born in the 80s, 90s, now early 2000s. That's the majority of their music.
Think about the turn of the millennium.
Yeah.
Like, what's been the most popular? Probably pop and hip hop.
Pop and hip hop.
Yeah,
that's it.
So why would you want to cut out a type of music unless you're saying like we're going to turn it into a specific genre style bar, country, jazz, blues, whatever like that? Then I would get it. But
They are pop.
Oh my goodness! But pop music has hip hop in it. Though.
Exactly.
They don't want you
Shit, we can
rowdy.
damn near say hip hop is pop.
They don't want you
nowadays.
rowdy gay blacks up there.
But it just,
Basically.
but it basically just knocks out a huge portion of your
I wonder if
body.
they're gonna play house music.
Right.
They probably would.
And that's predominantly black
Probably
here in
would. They'd be like,
Chicago.
turn that house music the fuck off.
So that's crazy. And on top of that, another thing too, though, but this opens up an opportunity when it comes to business. We live in a capitalist society for somebody to come around and say, oh, y'all not gonna play that shit? We gonna play that
We
shit.
should open up a black gay bar in Boys Town.
You even spoken to existence. Not somebody didn't heard it.
I wasn't gonna open it.
We haven't released it.
I wonder how hard it is to get a bar.
What if I go up there and be like, you're not gay, you can't open up a bar here? And I'm like, that's not fair equality.
There's a progress in this. That's a good idea, though.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, listen, my boy.
As long as you don't play that rap.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, we're blaring that
Yeah.
shit. Back that thing up all the day.
But, like,
I know what you fucking like up here.
It's blasting inside.
no. Oh, no.
The like speakers on the outside that are blasting it outside.
Baby got back contest.
Like we have juvenile here twice a year.
Shit, Ludacris up there in Wrigley.
That's a damn shame, Luda.
Yeah, are they upset with Ludacris being there?
That's a damn shame. Luda got to come up and do shit like that.
I saw Luda open up for Outkast. He was amazing.
Oh, well, I was getting ready to say was how I first found out about this story. I was watching the gym. Shout out to our friends at the
You
gym.
said
Brandon
that you were sitting there and it was like, they're not playing hip hop in this place anymore. Hey, Jim, are you? That took deep forever.
Ratchet
Hey,
Davis,
Jim,
kick it off.
you guys aren't gonna play the breaks.
Resuming back to a normal schedule programming, I found out about the story. I was watching the Jam local morning TV show here in Chicago on Friday, and Felicia Lawrence was pointing out the story. They didn't get to the why the playlist wanted to be changed because it was a alleged fight between a white patriot and some of the black customers. It was in one of those articles I sent Ken, the video anyway.
The hip hop just drove the black crazy. He had to start fighting.
So their bar's reaction was to, I guess, calm the situation down. Let's change the playlist, and like Ken said, let's limit to little to no blacks at that place. I was watching the Jam on Friday, and Felicia Lawrence, a black female anchor on there, she said the same thing. She was explaining this to Carly Henderson, who's the white female co-host on the show, and she was explaining to Carly, Chicago is deep rooted in racism, and especially hidden subtle racism. And Felicia was explaining her story that she had a reservation at River North at one of the restaurants. She didn't name which one. And she said that she had reservations. She was turned away. So she was explaining to Carly, like, this is deep-rooted racism that goes back hundreds of years in this city. And Carly came back at her and said, I know I can't relate on a personal level because I'm white, but you vote with your dollars. Felicia's like, yeah, I'm going to vote with my dollars in the future, but this stuff needs to be exposed, and it cannot happen to anybody.
I just don't think you go. I don't know. Like I said, man, hip hop is the music of the times.
And it's more mainstream now more than ever before.
I walk up in the bar and all I'm fucking hearing is fucking Taylor Swift. I ain't staying there.
That's what you know what they do when your black ass turn around? They clap. We did it again.
Well, I guess so.
And
No.
And I'll come in there like, shake it off.
But not even saying me going to it. I just think just about a lot of people, they just don't want to hear all that shit. They like hip hop.
How do you know? They know their patrons.
They do.
They may feel like they don't want that type of crowd.
I wonder
in
how
there.
big is a bar. I guess if it's kind of a small, kind of divish kind of a bar, maybe that's like, okay, yeah, we have a, if it's kind of like a big joint, it's like, okay, y'all gotta play a lot of different because you want to fill this motherfucker up.
Now, a business has the right to do whatever they want, but I always say this all the time, and I had to remind myself every once in a while. It's not just what you say, but how you say it. I think the way that this bar worded that and sent out the message to the DJs, it was definitely tricky, murky, and subtle, big time. If you want to say that your bar plays a certain kind of music, that's one thing. But the way you worded it is murky.
We're a country bar catering to the LGBT. We're a jazz bar catering to the
right,
LGBT.
because you said that and that was it.
We're a 80s pop bar. Same theme, kind of a bar around with that. But just to take hip hop out of it, yeah, that's some racist bullshit.
It all started Tuesday when the Sacramento LGBT Community Center posted this on Facebook. They called out Goldfield Trading Post for booking 2 rappers they say promote openly racist and homophobic views. The post went on to talk about safety, saying Goldfield is only a few blocks away from Sacramento's LGBTQ neighborhood, which will be very busy come Pride weekend. That same night, Goldfield responded. They said they weren't aware of the festival dates for Sac Pride. They said they certainly did not intend to deflect any attention away from your event. But Goldfield did not say they'd cancel the show. Then Sacramento City Council member Steve Hansen got involved, tweeting, "Midtown or our city does not support bigots. Sacramento Bar booked anti-LGBTQ rappers during Pride weekend. Now a backlash is coming." The next morning, Goldfield canceled. They said that they were listening to the community and said, quote, "that we are very proud to be a part of and apologize for the angst that booking these shows has caused." But as I mentioned, the artist Adam Calhoun still plans to be here next weekend. He shared this video.
Yes, they screamed enough to get our shows canceled in Sacramento. But unfortunately for those people, I was raised better than to become a homophobic racist. So I will be there and I will show you what type of a person I am and what I'm made of, and am up for discussion with anybody.
Sticking with bars, a bar in Sacramento decided on Wednesday to cancel a performance from Adam Calhoun and Demon Jones on Pride Week.
You say Demon?
Demon, D-E-M-U-N. Demon Jones on Pride weekend after LGBTQ groups protested and threatened to boycott the establishment. According to the bar's Facebook page, the Goldfield Trade Post agreed to cancel the show, which are part of the Crazy White Boy Tour, a tour apparently that features both Jones and Calhoun, who have become famous as part of hip-hop conservative movement.
Hip-hop conservative. So is this kind of going to what I was talking about last week about the country rap?
No, this is hip-hop. It's not country rap.
What the fuck is the difference?
I listened to it, actually. It's not country rap.
What does it sound like?
Adam, it sounds like a rap song, but he's just...
Talking about white stuff.
Yeah, like the song that I listened to, because the Calhoun guy... here goes an excerpt from the song. It says, "Baby mama bitching, you ain't taking care of your business. All you do is smoke weed and run around with your other bitches. And you can't get a job because you in and out of the prison. Guess it must be Trump's fault because you're making bad decisions." Calhoun put that, the white guy put that in the song. But I'll see, if you read this, I have to say this though. I listened to like the first minute of the song. The first minute of the song, he does it for a redneck and then he does it for a hillbilly. And he's like, "Yeah, I mean, you're a hillbilly. You ain't got no money. You shoot a deer." And
so he's just getting at everybody.
Yeah, so I can't. This isn't fair. This excerpt, and I don't know. Wait, I don't know the context of his history. Let me say that much. I don't know his history. So he may have said some things in the past, but as using this song, he's going off of everybody. And in here, I don't see you saying the N word. So for me personally, I damn near don't even give a fucking fuck. But there is an N word in the song. But if the song opens up and it shows like a bunch of white people in a poor area, then it shows a bunch of black people in the metropolitan area that are poor. So
you saw the video?
Yeah, I watched this video right here. I got to do that. I can't just come in here just talking.
No. I never heard of it. But you said that the LGBT.
But it says he has this, in the song that he constantly calls black people the N-word. I didn't hear that. I didn't think in the song that was a white person at the beginning of it. When it happened, it could have been. Again, I'm not the historian on hip hop.
I've never heard of that genre of rap music, if you want to say. But there are tons of different subgenres when it comes to hip hop right now, rap music right now. So it's probably some stuff out there we've never even heard of. It's kind of like, damn, what is this? So you have the country rap. You say this is a little bit different. You have the country rap that I was talking about. You have now this called hip hop. Now I'm curious. Now you've kind of like sparked my curiosity as to listening to this.
Does Progress Bar want hip hop?
Probably. I don't know. They don't want that either. They be like, we don't want them or the hell. So how poor? They be like, we are racist, but how poor are they? That poor? No. We're about class 2.
We talking about hillbilly poor.
Yeah.
Oh.
What about country rap? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Country rap? I mean, no. You see that they don't like. We was talking about it last week. Lil Nas X.
So you eliminate Nelly too.
Shout out to Lil Nas X though. He did a surprise concert for like some kids.
Looking like a plump fool.
Yeah.
Them cowboy boots didn't even fit him.
They didn't, but he's doing a whole little gimmick. But you know what? The kids loved it. They had a great time. We was actually in the car. We went to Lowe's, so we have our niece and nephew over this weekend, and Grace, they was in the back seat, and it came on. They lost their mind. They love that song. So it's like, okay, that's cool.
Loves that song.
No, I had never seen like little kids because I'm not. I mean, I have Grace, but I'm not around a bunch of little kids.
You don't like that song?
I do like the song.
Yeah,
it's a really good song.
Catchy song.
It's a catchy, cool
You say
little
lean
song.
in your bladder. I'm there every day.
Yeah.
Riding on my tractor, lean all in my bladder. I'm like, okay, I like it.
Yeah.
Cheated on my babe.
You can go and ask her. But shout out to him, man. Yes, he's taking his hit. I don't know if he's ever gonna make another huge song like this, but he's taking his stride. He's doing good things for it. He's having fun. Shout out to Lil Nas X.
Yeah, sure, I guess.
Yeah,
I'm with you guys though. Why the Nas?
I don't know, man. Did somebody else have another famous person name in it and X next to it? I feel like he's not the first person to do that.
I'm not sure. I only remember XX Tenacion.
No, it was somebody else that had like another famous
That's
rapper.
the only X you know is XX DMX, Malcolm X, nope, XX Tashion.
You talking about rap? Well, yeah, DMX.
I
yeah.
said
DMX. Where's DMX now?
Shit, the fucking Little X made videos. DMX is out of jail. He just got out like, I didn't even know he was in there. He just got out like a month and a half, 2 months ago.
Damn.
Probably do more drugs.
Facts.
Right, probably. Yeah. He needs to do. Did he do the Christmas? He knew a Christmas album. I know he did a full like actual studio version of Red Rose.
He was with Kanye
Red
at
Nose.
Coachella.
That's right. He was
right.
at Coachella. He came out and did a whole like little sermon thing. Matter of fact, speaking of Kanye, he's going to be on a new David Letterman thing on Netflix. Yeah, I want to kind of see
It was
that.
an excerpt said that he was talking about people should treat mental health like a sprained ankle. I didn't get enough of it for us to dive into it because when they were just posting about it, they didn't give the context of fully of what he meant. So I was going to put that in the show, but it was kind of like, I don't even know how he's saying it, so why go into it if we don't definitely have a clear definition of how he's intending it?
Yeah, and his wife is Kim Kardashian is getting somebody else out in jail.
Yeah.
And I think it was like
I
a
saw
murder
that.
trial.
Yes.
That could possibly the innocent person in jail for murder, and she's helping trying to get them out.
Yeah.
And she's trying to become a lawyer too.
Yeah, well, she is becoming a lawyer. Yeah. Wow. Man, listen, man. Kim, I think we shouted out her before. She getting a lot of black folks out of jail. Kim Kardashian visits death row inmate Kevin Cooper in San Quentin prison. But yeah, she's
jerking off that night.
Yeah, he was.
You got a picture with it and everything.
It was a
Who
quadruple.
had Kim on the block?
You got the picture?
Yeah, here it is right there.
It was a quadruple
That hand
murder.
that he got over her shoulder. He's intimate with that one. That
I had
night.
an emotional meeting with Kevin Cooper yesterday at San Quentin Death Row. I found him to be thoughtful and honest, and I believe he's innocent of the crimes for which he was convicted. This is from Kim Kardashian's Twitter page. What? Yeah, Twitter. Governor Brown, please add Kevin Cooper to your legacy of smart, fair, and thoughtful criminal justice reforms. And she tagged a New York Times article to it. So I will say this, man. She's going in on this. She's really trying to do a lot of social justice work when it comes to the criminal justice system. So shout out to her.
Yeah, shout out for that.
Yeah. What does she got for us, Kim?
Developing tonight in an historic vote, state lawmakers bet on casinos and sports wagering. The House approved the first step toward a casino in Chicago and much more.
Talking about that damn weed bill isn't going to free motherfuckers.
Whoa. The lieutenant governor said they was going to get like 80,000 people. 800,000 or something like that? She tweeted that out.
I'll talk to her about it.
Oh, you going to talk to her about it?
I got to connect.
Word? Can you get on the show?
That's a good question. Actually, I was going to try to find out if I can get some hands up in selling weed.
Say what now?
I was going to be like, can you hook a brother up with one of those licenses?
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the biggest.
That's what I was gonna use that one for, dude, to be honest with you.
That one's better.
I was like, is there any way you can help? And it just hit me last week. I was like, wait, I got to connect to the lieutenant governor, right? I was like, what the fuck am I doing, right?
Well, I could just, maybe this is some stuff that was about the casinos. It hasn't passed yet, but this is some of the things they want to try to get done. I'd like to get y'all thoughts on this. It's going to be 6 casinos.
That's too much.
Chicago, Waukegan, South Suburbs, Wilson County, Rockford, and Danville. And Danville was the state penitentiary. Yeah. Okay, anyway. All casinos, new and current, can have up to 2,000 positions immediately. It can be It can all be on land base, and all can be land based. Chicago casino up to 4,000 positions. Slot machines. How y'all feel about this? Who's been to Vegas besides me? You ever been to Vegas?
I've been to Vegas twice.
You been? Okay.
Yeah.
Why you say besides you?
No, I said me and you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Listen, I don't gamble that much.
Mm-hmm.
But I think anyone should be allowed to do it. If you're addicted, if you're addicted to gambling, you're gonna find a way to fucking gamble.
Yeah.
Especially
you can
on
do
your
it
phone
now.
You can do it now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude,
you
there
can-
are too
think
many
about it.
places that I know that have a fucking slot machine basically in it that shouldn't within city limits.
Oh wow.
When I was in Southern Illinois, I did online gambling.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
there too. And
Yeah,
we
some
know
of
in the
these
suburbs,
hole-in-the-wall bars have these slot
we know
machines.
we know in the suburbs they allow slot. So this is
Yeah,
another
they
thing
do.
too.
Right.
Why are we going to allow the suburbs to have this shit and not take their money? Why the fuck are we giving our money to Indiana?
Well, this is
and that ain't even Indiana. That's Chicago. That's Chicago.
It's a
but
suburb.
Indiana
That Chicago
gets-
one's going to Indiana
But
to
that's
take their
Chicago.
money.
But
It's Chicago
even
suburb.
that area of Indiana belongs to us.
That's Hammond.
Yeah, and they get all that. That whole state gets all that fucking money.
Well,
Are you
that's why-
fucking crazy?
That's why you got 6 now coming to the state.
Again,
Why isn't there a casino boat on Lake Michigan for Chicago?
Oh, it's coming. Don't
But why wasn't it already?
Ryan's boat.
But a lot of people.
We
a lot of people
gonna
here-
we gonna raise that bitch up to Mackinac and be like, you can't have him. Be like, these waters are free.
International law.
Exactly.
International.
Why do you got a sword? Because I fucking want one.
I those titties around there.
Free the gamblers.
How did you have titties? How did you turn into a brothel? That's why you can't have gambling. Because motherfuckers like you turn shit into fucking brothels. As soon as we gamble, we gotta wear
Get the red
titties.
tag.
International law.
Damn,
It's
D.
water
Sink that
laws.
boat.
Water laws. It's no rules.
We
It's no
gonna have
rules
to-
in the water.
I think we're gonna have
It's
to.
no rules in the water.
In whatever we name this new land, I think we'll have to talk about the prostitution laws. Dude. 'Cause
Oh, I'm all for that. I'm all for being
I'm
legal.
all for as long as see the only problem for legal prostitution I have. How do you keep pimps out of it?
You can't.
That's
Yeah, I
my
was
only,
gonna say
that's
you
my
can't.
only question.
Even with legalized drug gambling, there's always going to be an underground.
Underworld. Yeah, it is. It is.
So that's where with me I would like.
All right, so when we go back to the casino, so the slot machine is going to be available at O'Hare and Midway. The reason why I said that because
It's happening in Vegas.
that's the first thing I noticed. Like, damn, these motherfuckers playing the slot.
Me too. You're like, damn, they got slot
This is
machines.
the weirdest shit.
Yeah,
Right when you get off the
quiet. It's quiet as hell. It's just
Yeah.
a room surrounded with slot machines. Like
Hot to the motherfucker.
right before I go home one more time.
This is the devil's playground for real. Okay, ownership and regulation, same as Illinois casinos. Let's see, is there anything else? They do talking about positions when it comes to money. Oh, okay, taxes and fees. Chicago, $30,000 per position, $120 million guaranteed. So I'm guessing that's the actual position. Like you working there, you gonna get $30,000? I think I'm reading that right. So that's a for somebody who could just kind of get a job.
But you got to remember, to be
30 stacks. That's not nothing.
people
to
at
sneeze
casinos
at.
make that. We're making damn near $15 an hour like
Years ago.
10 years ago.
Yeah, my boy
Not
was
more. Dealing?
a dealer.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
actually, that's not a lot because what $30 an hour is that's almost 17 or 6. It's like 16 and some change. 30,000, I think, is like 16 and some change.
16 some change.
Probably.
Well, I mean, everybody across the country is trying to push
hour?
for $15 an hour just for minimum wage anyway. So it's kind of doing that right there off top. They have video game taxes. And said increase from 30% to 33%. See, this is the biggest thing why I think it might get held up. The taxes and how much you're charging people to gamble. So if you're saying you're Illinois and you're, saying to make a bet, you got to pay 25 cents per bet. You can go online and it's just we just talked about this. Still always going to be kind of an underworld.
But it's still not the same as going.
It ain't. But this is the thing though. You're getting people in. It's kind of like the music business. I mean, one point in time with illegal downloading. The whole thing with Apple was kind of like, oh man, all you got to do is pay $1 for the song and how it has thrived. Because most common people who want to listen to music, they ain't trying to go through the loop, the hoops. I gotta download Napster, I gotta download LimeWire like that. Let's just give it to me so I can just pay for it. And it's $1, okay, I do it. I think that's kind of the same thing, at least here with the legalized gambling here. People who don't gamble, they don't mind paying the whole 25 cents because they don't know about all the other shit that you can go somewhere offshore betting, online betting where you can do a dime with 15 cents. Kind of like, I ain't going through all that shit. I just go pay 25 cents. But I think the taxes is what they need to probably flush out if I'm speculating.
I don't think. I mean, I'm sure they'll make it competitive enough with the casinos that are closest to them.
Some other states like in New Jersey, I think it's like shit, maybe 5 cents per.
I'm sure they'll make,
bet.
but also
It's cheap.
This is
Like talking about Illinois.
this is for people that gamble, but it's also for novelty factor too.
Mm-hmm.
Because this gives, all right, we got a bachelor party, we have a bachelorette party. This is something else to add to.
Yes.
We can go out and do this. Girl, let's go and just do this real quick. So
go to casino.
and no one's gonna care as much. And depending on where you put it, if it's in a spot that has more stuff around it.
Think about the horseshoe. You have the casino that you have, right? But you also had a theater that gets a lot of different kind of acts and
does
stuff.
now.
So I'll be interested to see if they do put this casino where
I hope they don't allow smoking in that bitch.
No, you can't do smoking anywhere.
They can do it at the horseshoe.
Yeah, it's in Indiana.
That shit's
You can do a lot of shit in
fucking
Indiana.
You can do it in
terrible.
Vegas too, I think.
I don't like that shit either.
Yeah, some places in Vegas you can. Some
Yeah,
places.
Indiana, you
I
can
don't
smoke
like-
inside doors. You
I
still go
don't
to
like. I
restaurants
don't
and
want
shit.
to. I don't
That
like
won't
that
happen
shit.
here because the law is here. You can't do that in
Get
Illinois.
that shit the fuck out.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, I don't think in Illinois.
No,
We started that, right?
one of the few states.
One of the first states
to
to do it.
Mhm. Yeah, I think us in New York was one of the first ones. Like, no, you can't smoke inside no more. But no, I think with the theater, we had the casino. It's probably going to be a theater. I guess the biggest thing is, Ken, are they going to be able to buy us? By the U.S. Steel. That's the biggest place. They say put it on the south side, put it off the water.
They keep wanting to make fuck us up. I mean, I don't.
That's
see,
the only place I can think they could put it at right now.
No, they were talking about putting it over there off the after Calumet. I've heard that too.
Calumet River?
No, they like back, kind of like if you can say where Doty Road.
Oh, wow, that's kind of far out.
Well, I mean, I think about the access though. For anybody, you can get people from Indiana coming. You can come around the expressway. That's where the last time that I heard it 2 months ago. We're talking about like past 95th Street, somewhere in that area. Clearly, there were chances that it may have been over here where Michael Reese that they shuttered or whatever.
Oh yeah,
But, see that neighborhood now, they won't take it. I doubt it.
Bronzeville. I said
Yeah,
Brownsville.
but even
Brownsville.
just like I bet they wouldn't take it. And like, of course, U.S. I mean,
That's a lot of money.
They should take us. It's near downtown. You're right there. It's
Yeah.
business booming.
Yeah, but those people don't. They already. Do you know how much prices are in Bronzeville, and they haven't even fixed it? I mean, as far as
that would sure be the
incentive to
fix it though.
Yeah, but
Right,
they
you get
wouldn't
people
want,
move downtown,
King
close to
Drive.
downtown.
They
yeah,
wouldn't
business
want.
wise.
I don't think they would want the people that live there already.
You don't think so?
I don't think they would want
I-
it. Because
listen-
I mean, think about it. Do you want it right next to you?
Well, I'm a proponent of. I don't gamble, so the whole casino thing
that's
isn't
that part.
appealing to
But
me.
the dereliction.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I've been to Las Vegas. That shit is
So
that
do
shit
you want?
scumbaggery.
Do you want?
Oh
you
my
just said-
God.
And we just had Newfoundland, and you put tits in it. So do you want
It's no laws on water.
at this new
It's
at
no
this
laws on
at this
water.
casino? Do you want Gracie to look across the street and see women of the night? Like, Daddy, she looked like I don't know.
Why is her dress so short?
They always drop her off right back there.
What are these clear heels?
shoe models.
It's nothing like seeing a prostitute exit a vehicle. I was driving last week. I was in the hundreds. And this car behind me stopped, and this lady just got out and just walked across the street. And I was like, I said, she was selling pussy. I could tell how quickly he pulled off and how quickly she walked. And it was like some kids. It was a man, and I think I was on 111. It was this man at this either church or something. He had the door open and he was playing with like a little kid sitting on the stoop. And they looked, and I was like, right in front of that child.
Yeah, I know.
That's what you want Grace to see?
Hey, listen. Wait a minute. To bring it back home, over by my mother's house, 63rd and not 63rd, 61st in Ashland, 62nd in Ashland. It's a high spot of prostitution right there, right? And what's crazy, that's right next to Tony's family's church. And I always wanted to ask him, like, man, have y'all ever tried to like get them off the block? They ain't on the block, but the corners. They right there. They right there. And they've been there forever.
One thing was cool about going to their church. I saw a different swash of every type of person there of color.
Well,
I definitely saw a crackhead in there.
ain't nothing wrong with that.
I'm just telling you, they got him out the corner.
And
It's like,
listen.
sister, come to the Lord and stop selling your pussy.
I just want to see Tony just on the street like, why you doing this? I don't understand. Why you doing it? Come on inside the church. Come on inside. You know what was kind of crazy? So I meant to ask Tony this. Their church has one, I think, is it Marshfield? Their church name is an honorary has honorary street name right there. Yeah, but it's not on the block of the church. It's on the block before the church. So I wonder, like, why didn't y'all just get it on the same block as the church? Why is it on the other? Why is it on the other street? I meant to ask him that. I got to talk to him about that. He probably don't know. Like, I don't know. But no,
That sounds like Tony.
Yeah, I don't know. But going back to the casino thing, I'm not a big proponent of casinos because I don't really like to gamble, so it's not a thing for me. But it will bring a lot of revenue. I
want the revenue.
A lot of revenue to the neighborhood. They put on their old U.S. Steel back by Southeast.
But see, so many things. I'm sorry. Initially, Jesse Jackson Jr. was talking about building a whole little land out there as far as it being like
another downtown.
Yeah, that's exactly what
I know he was going to try to put the airport there too years ago.
They weren't going to put the airport right there. That was going to be out in the suburbs. Yeah. But I'm much more a proponent of that, especially if it can be more people that look like us can actually. I grew up going
the neighborhood right there.
I grew up going to Rainbow Beach.
Yes.
All right.
Yes,
so
yes,
I grew up driving right past US Steel. This is before they even knocked it down. Right, and I grew up like if anybody goes to Rainbow Beach, there's the first beach you pass before you get all the way back to what is Rainbow Beach. There's a beach, and that beach I used to go there sometimes as a kid. It had slag on it. It had like all the little metal pellets. Like it was all the wash from US Steel. I'm just saying, for someone that grew up in that area at times going to the beach every day, I would like it to be something that benefits the people that have lived in the community. And people could say the jobs could be part of it.
That community ain't flipping. It's black. Yeah. It's black and Latino. You more Latino probably when you hit towards close to Indiana.
When you start getting towards commercial.
When you start
getting commercial.
It is
so
black.
I would prefer to have. I would prefer to put a park to. I would prefer that. We don't like. I don't know. I mean,
No,
but
really?
you're probably right. If you have $3,000 jobs there,
$30,000.
Thank you. $30,000 jobs there would benefit the community to a certain degree.
It'd be great. I mean, you can, like I said, though, you could add so much other stuff to this. They could work it in where they can have that beach to be part of it. You can not. Hopefully, they don't take over Rainbow Beach.
But Rainbow Beach is done.
Done.
They're gonna keep you blacks off of that motherfucker.
But I mean, you can
put that grill back in your motherfucking car.
Oh, wait a minute, real quick. Did you see the video of the old woman?
Pull that pistol out.
Pull the pistol out.
Yes.
She got fired. Good for her old ass. Anyway, you can incorporate the beach. You can incorporate theater. That's a lot of land back there that they're able to like really work with that. So I'm a proponent for it.
Do you guys think, though, they missed the mark in the beginning by not having the online mobile? Because you can get revenue and tax that, and you don't have to put up a giant casino somewhere.
They got that with the lottery, though.
You should do both.
It would be cool to have a casino somewhere in Chicago, just to have that option if you want to go, like you said, bachelor party, or just, it's football weekend. Let's go out to the casino for a day.
Post office.
It's coming. Which old post office?
The one right there. That's what the casino should. I mean, you didn't have to even turn the whole thing into a casino. Yeah, right downtown. You could have had half of that bit of casino, all that, because it's gonna be so many mixed use things in there anyway. Now
have they said anything?
Yeah, it's already there.
What is it?
It's gonna be a whole bunch of different shit up in that motherfucker.
Okay, all right.
Like, why don't they just build a skyscraper type casino?
That's dope.
Just build it up.
That's dope.
You can find a spot here downtown. Just
but you know
build
what?
upwards.
I like the fact of putting it, like I said before, man, you talking about jobs and the revenue to come into the neighborhood. I don't mind it putting it back there with OUS Steel. I'm all for it.
The only thing would just be the dereliction that Ken was talking
anywhere,
about.
Though. That's anywhere.
But that's with that business.
The casino. Oh, it's a different kind of dereliction, huh?
Yeah.
Women in the night.
All types of motherfuckers that would never be around here.
I mean, vices
now they in our
breed
neighborhood.
vices.
Now you wondering why Shifty Lou was on the south side and he wouldn't be nowhere around this motherfucker if it wasn't because of his gambling addiction and his pedophilia. And now I got this motherfucker in my neighborhood because y'all got some slots on the fucking lake.
Think about the Vegas. Think about the Vegas effect. You go to Vegas, you want to go gambling, but then you kind of want to start doing other things, and then you want to do that.
Next thing you know, prostitution.
Yeah, right. A little bit of drugs, a little bit of this. Let's make it a whole thing.
Here? Oh yeah. I mean, but
think about they about to fuck that up. We can't grow plot plants.
Is that a part of it?
Yeah, like you have to have a medical license now. Initially, they said that you could grow 5 plants. Now, because it's a setup, they want us to give them the tax money. Mm-hmm. So now, like, if I want to fucking just grow some fucking weed, because it's a fucking herb, I can't even do that.
Right.
So they're talking about right now from how that bill looks. Everything they said as far as the people that are in jail for it right now, it doesn't look like that's going to be in there.
They're not going to expunge the records?
Yeah, and it costs
I heard that they were expunging.
That's what
That's what I thought.
Because they selling it. Think about it. We heard they're supposed to give us 5. We can have 5 plants, right? But now that it's going through, you also got you have more money going to the cops than they were supposed to be. It's like 8% going to the cops.
What the fuck they getting money for?
Hey,
trying to pay for pensions with either the casino stuff or the weed stuff.
Listen, wait. So the guys that benefit from locking up,
the
weedies are also getting the benefit of that too. Okay,
right.
So it's they're selling us this dream, but when it comes to what's written on the books, it's not that. There's not. What's the stuff that's supposed to allow minorities to get into this business? I was looking at something this morning. It's going to be like $2 million to start in this shit. Yeah. So so you're talking about the people that have not been able, but people have been in prison for a bullshit drug. It's not as bad as alcohol. It's not as bad as fucking cigarettes. And you've been locking motherfuckers up left and right using it. And we know they've disproportionately locked up people of color using fucking weed. And if they're in the suburb, they would let Timmy just go. Timmy, go take your ass the fuck up out of here. Leroy, you going to the county. And they're not going to do anything to reverse that. And then we're locked out of getting in on the bottom of it. And by the time we can get in, everyone's going to have carved up all the areas and have it's just it's fuckery. And there's a person that's like, yeah, go ahead, legalize weed. I mean, it really doesn't matter because if you want to smoke it, you can smoke it, right? And the potency of these strains now, like I didn't smoke weed in high school. I smoked weed after high school, but we would ride around and smoke. But it wasn't the fucking strains they got now. Like, you smell weed 4 cars back. Yeah. And we used to be like, maybe the cops are going to get us. Some people used to say back then, like, y'all be riding around smoking. We'd be like, yeah, motherfucker, why don't you? Right? What's wrong with you?
You probably need some.
You fucking lame. But so the point that I'm making is legalization would be good if it helped the people that have been hit from it, again, like the black community. But if you're just a partaker of weed, I guess it affects you, but it doesn't because you've been fucking smoking anyway. But the only thing now, and the reason that they're doing this, they were locking our asses up because they were propping up the prison industrial complex. And now, since they're flipping it, they got to make sure that they can take care of themselves with who can get in here and sell this shit. And again, we're getting fucking shafted.
Here's something from the Tribune. They said the bill passed. Illinois House approves.
Yeah, still waiting a signature from JB.
He said a legalization bill backed by JB Pritzker. So here is a portion of that article. It says the bill takes effect January 1st and would allow residents age 21 and older to legally possess 30 grams of cannabis, 5 grams of cannabis concentrate, or 500 milligrams of THC contained in a cannabis-infused product. Now residents could possess 15 grams of cannabis. It would also create a licensed cultivation and dispensary system while directing Pritzker to pardon people with past convictions for low-level pot possessions. Representative Gordon Booth, a Peoria Democrat, said that the discussion about the bill's expungement provision was the first time in her decade as a lawmaker that minority communities were at the center of a major policy decision. Wiping people's criminal record clean will open up a new educational and career opportunities that will help lift people out of poverty. So it seems as if that's probably going to be part of it. Then.
No, I'm telling you, it's not.
Okay, this article is from.
I think I read that yesterday. I think it's from yesterday.
Yesterday, May 31st at 3:40 p.m. That's when it came out. So, I
thought
it was a part of it.
Expungement was going to be automatic. That they were just going to do it. You don't have to apply. You don't have to go to the courts or anything to go.
Listen, it's the House the only thing that approved it. We still got to wait for the state.
No, the Senate did too.
The Senate did too.
It just needs a signature from JB and it's into law.
There you go. Yeah.
And he tweeted out that he's going to.
The bill will also will allow employers to maintain a zero tolerance policy for cannabis in the workplace. Which you want to do that. You don't want people walking around high. Oh man, it's free. I mean, it's fucking legal. Nah, you want people just walking around doing all kind of shit. Those changes help win support of a handful of Republicans in both chambers.
By the way, did you guys hear that one of the I don't know if it was a senator or House rep when they were debating this, He literally brought out the frying pan and the egg and said, "This is your brain on drugs."
Oh Lord! Everybody, somebody should say, "Ha!"
Well,
Get the
that's
fuck
what
out of
happened. A bunch of people laughed, and then the next person came. I'm like, "What a waste of an egg! We could have had a really great meal instead of using 30-year-old data that doesn't make sense."
You dumbass. The bill would create a social equity program to help minority business owners enter the marijuana industry, including through grants and loans. It also established a grant fund to help pay for programs in communities disproportionately affected by the war on drugs.
So that's what I was saying as far as me trying to use my connect.
Yeah, I feel you.
Legalizing
marijuana is expected to generate $57 million in general revenue in a coming
Sydney,
budget.
would you legally sell marijuana? Yeah.
No, initially no, but if I was down on my luck, maybe. I wouldn't smoke it, but if I was allowed to, if I went to the proper
legally, I'm saying legally.
If I went to the proper channels to sell it, yeah, I would do it.
Oh yeah,
because if I was not, it's not on top of my list. But
no, I'm not saying it is. It wouldn't be. Listen, I would prefer to be a millionaire and not use weed to do it. But it's a chance if that's the way to get there fast.
Shit, when you open a brewery, what's the difference between that and beer?
I wouldn't open a brewery.
You wouldn't open a brewery if you had the opportunity to do it?
Man.
I get what you're saying, D, because that's legal too.
Yeah, the science. That's shit. I damn near.
The science.
No, I mean the science.
The science behind weed right now is crazy.
True. I'm not even. Yeah. I'm just even saying it's about making the beer, also making sure that the shit isn't something's not in it that's not supposed to be. Like just worrying about stuff like that. I would rather have a restaurant than a brewery. I've never thought about like, man, I want my own brewery, and I enjoy beers, but I've never really wanted a brewery.
I think everything is a gamble. We talking about business, but restaurants, boy, they come
definitely. You don't do that for
bars and restaurants, man. They are like they come
flip
and
the
go.
coin.
Flip the if you get a good brewery, yeah, I mean you can brew. Yeah, you could brew it yourself if you want to, just as long as you don't sell it. That's to be a legal brewery. But having a brewery, man, if it pop off, that's pretty good. One last thing from this article. It said, after paying for regulatory expenses and costs related to the expungement process, marijuana revenue would be divided among a number of areas. This is what you were saying, Ken. The largest share, 35%, will go into state general funds. 25% will go to community grants. 20% to mental health and substance abuse programs. 10% to pay down state budget unpaid bills. 8% support law enforcement. And 2% public education. Damn.
That's all for the public education?
Damn. Yeah, I know, right?
So
do you guys think that maybe the dispensaries that we have now that are medical would just
they're getting the first?
They
get the first crack.
Okay, so
because they're already set up. They're good.
Yeah.
They already.
I just didn't know if they have to stay medical.
No. They're using
both, right?
They're using them first because they already have the setup. So
which makes sense.
Actually, those places have been building infrastructure for this already.
Probably
they've gotten more supply.
Listen, they've been pushing it in the background.
Yes, they
too.
have. So those places are ready because they know now they've been waiting for this anyway.
Doors are opening.
Yeah, and now we're sitting here. And I've been thinking about this shit for 3 years, and I'm sitting here with my motherfucking pockets empty as a motherfucker.
It's not too late.
I don't know. I mean,
start the D and Davis GoFundMe.
I just think about
page.
if I was wealthy from this, how some people would look down at me and they'd be like, "That's fucked up."
Wait, say
I'm
what?
wealthy. I'm wealthy.
Why would they look down on you?
Because some people still. I was reading an article. Someone was talking about how immoral it is
to sell marijuana.
It was like you're still selling drugs.
Motherfucker, do you drink? Shut the fuck up.
They may not.
Man, beat it.
So if you got rich with a brewery,
we know several people. Who don't drink.
I know, but you think they'll look down on us? You think Tony look down on you?
Weed? Tony would definitely look down on us.
Really?
Hey guys, I don't know if I can hang out with you all. You out there selling the devil's weed?
You're damn right. Tony would definitely.
Not in my church. You're out.
No, not in my life. No, I cannot know. I know.
We were
I don't know you.
sitting in the hallway yesterday here at 670 talking to Brendan. Shout out to Brendan.
Brendan McCaffrey. That's right.
And Tony was talking to us. Tony was nice enough to come get us. And D brought up how he was talking to Layla Rahimi from NBC 5 Sports, and she was talking about NBC, Eli's going away party.
Yeah, Sports Chicago. There you go.
That she was she offered to buy Tony a soda, basically. Hey, Pop, I'm from Chicago, and Tony was like, no. And as soon as he said it, I was like, Tony thought it was alcohol, and it was like it was no question.
Yeah, and that's what I told
And just
her.
like she was trying to say, and Tony was like, I kind of didn't know.
Yeah,
and because it's Tony. Tony's just like, no, like why risk it?
Yeah.
I'm clean. I'm not gonna do it. So yeah, Tony's gonna be like, no, don't bring that legal weed. So I'm like, Tony, we doing all this shit off my weed money.
Sin is sinning. Oh man, no man. I think it's not too late. Listen.
Did you guys have any feelings of the abortion bill that was passed too?
I didn't see that. I saw it was passed.
It was.
What was it?
It was establishing basically the fundamental right of a woman to be able to have an abortion. I think it reversed the 1975 Illinois Health Act.
Mm-hmm.
So now with Nevada too, Nevada did it as well.
Really?
There will
Nevada
be
did it?
reproductive freedom.
The bill
They will allow.
bill establishes the fundamental right of a woman to have an abortion and states that a fertilized egg, embryo, fetus does not have independent rights. It repeals the Illinois Abortion Act law, which Ryan just said, from 1975, doing away with the provision for spousal consent, waiting period, criminal penalties for physicians who perform abortions, and other restrictions on facilities where abortions are performed. Republican Senator Dale Ryder of Mattoon said the idea of the measure is necessary to simply protect a woman's right to choose. Is not accurate. The bill goes much further and does much more. Listen, I won't.
Yeah, we haven't touched this topic on here, have we?
I'm pro-choice, but I don't think I killed any babies. Some women.
What does that mean?
Some women have lied to me in my past. I haven't killed any babies. I don't think I've had abortion.
You've knowingly not killed.
You're right.
Yeah, I don't think so. But I still think it's. I see why. Okay, well, this is real quick. Some people are saying that, and you can look at it, and this goes back to what I said. Remind me to come all the way back to the Illinois Abortion Act.
Okay.
But this is the thing, and I've been saying this. So people are saying when you look at where these restrictive abortion laws are going in, there are states that are red states, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what is happening is this is a reaction to the fact that in 2035, 2040, that America's white people will be the minority and Latinos will be the majority. And you look at what was going on right now, we're tariffing Mexico to make them.
Oh my God.
Yeah, all right, but they're saying the plot is constantly restrict immigration, so the flow of Latin Americans coming to here is stifled, and then stop in these red states that are predominantly white these abortions, because I think 37% of women having abortions are white women.
Mm-hmm. It's majority white women,
and
right?
to stop them from having abortions to start to rev back up the white population, which goes back to something that I've said for fucking years to you motherfuckers. Stop telling them Latinos were about to start being the majority. Because now you got this shit. And you keep saying this shit like that motherfuckers saying like, what we gonna do about this shit? I was watching fucking the news this morning and they had Secretary Ross on there. And they were, because they come to find out that this planner for the Republican Party actually wrote down, the guy died, but actually wrote down that question in the census was to get motherfuckers not to report to the census, right? And so I saw what's the black guy? His name that marched with King,
John Lewis,
the senator, the senator.
John Lewis.
Is John Lewis?
Yeah, who got hit over the head?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, John Lewis.
He was up there. He asked Ross. He was pointing out Ross the question about was it because he came to find out that the motherfucker shit was half baked and half cooked, and basically asked him was it to stop people from going to register for the census or whatever, and he basically couldn't answer. But anyway, let's get all the way back to abortion.
And I do have the percentages based on race across the country too.
A woman should have her fucking rights. Us dudes should stay the fuck up out of it. Is that fair? Now, this is where it's not fair. You have a lady that's pregnant. You pretty much know it's your kid. She does whatever the fuck she wants. That's not fair to you. But still, that's legally her right. Unfortunately, like sometimes, like I'm a black person, you're a white person. I'm sorry, I say white thing. You're a white person. You're a white person. There are benefits that you have that I don't have, right? Mm-hmm. Which I would prefer, but I get to say the N-word, right? That's what I get back. Yes! But that's kind of what I'm getting to. Women, it's the same way with women. The women are some of the most downtrodden people here in our society, and this is one of the benefits of having, being a woman. Because guess what? If you were a guy and you got her pregnant and left her and she had it, it's on her to raise the baby. So it goes hand in hand. That's just how it goes.
I think that's a good point.
I completely agree with that too.
Yeah, that's a good position with it. Before I make my point, though, I do have the numbers based on race. This is from the Kaiser Foundation. 49% of abortions in America are by white women, 40% black, 11% other. So it kind of goes to what you're saying, talking about how you look at these states, and predominantly those states are majority white states. I mean, I think all states
are majority white.
Yeah, exactly. But the population, as far as like the people, is going to get it.
These are the lily white states.
Yeah. So you look at Alaska, 62% of white women get abortions compared to 8 people. Now you got to think about the population of like it's not that many black folks in
But it's
Alaska.
Inuit people up there though.
Yeah, yes, there you go. Good call, because for other, it's 30%.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's based on where you're at. But also, too, but you're looking at the whole abortion thing, too. A lot of the laws got 6-week bill, 8-week bill. A lot of women don't even know they're pregnant during that time.
Heartbeat bill.
Heartbeat bill. Yeah, they don't even know they're pregnant at that time. So it's kind of like, whoa, I didn't know how you're going to put a bill like that against me. And another one is, let's say that you are pregnant, and this kind of goes to a lot of people saying like late term abortions. I saw a news package on this one young lady who they knew the baby was going to be born with a lot of health issues, right? And they was like basically saying like this baby is not going to live a comfortable life or a long life at all. But based on I can't remember what state she had to have the baby. And the baby lived, I think, like 1 year. And the woman said you can literally see the baby was in pain and was not comfortable in any kind of way as the baby was living until the baby died. So she was saying, like, I would have gotten the late-term abortion because I knew what was going to be the ramifications of me giving birth to this child and the life this child was going to have. So I know a lot of people are saying, like, what about late-term abortion? That's very mean. How you gonna kill a baby at that late stage? It all depends on the situation and the health of that child.
To play devil's advocate, I'd rather live a year in pain than never live at all. And I know that that's from me, and I'm not in that position. But to be honest, I'd rather see the sun once than never see it at all.
But this goes to your point about being pro-choice. Being pro-choice also means, in my opinion, being pro-life. It gives you the right to do what Ken just said that he would probably want to do, right? But you do have people that's like, listen, I don't want to put nobody through that. Why would I want to put somebody through that? Why would I put somebody through pain? I don't want to put somebody through pain, so no, I will have the abortion. So, I mean, it's a very delicate topic. I think a lot of people have their religious beliefs, or they just say moral beliefs. But I will say this. I know it's a gamble. I do think the Supreme Court needs to make some type of ruling on this.
Yeah, it will be.
I don't know if you want that.
That's what I'm about to say.
I know.
That's what I'm about to say.
I know. I say it's a gamble, though, because if you don't have anything that's federal, that's going across all states, you're going to have these cookie-cut laws throughout the country. So you got some. What in Alabama? They talking about they want to send a doctor to jail for 99 years, but you rape somebody, you ain't get 99 years. Or you come to Chicago, hey, yeah, you can get it. Or you come to Illinois, yeah, you can get the abortion. So I know it's a gamble, but something federal needs to happen because this is always going to be.
Roberts has got his pen ready for this.
I know. But this is
he's gonna wait.
But this is the consequences of people not fucking voting.
I mean, no, this is the consequences of Merrick Garland not
me,
getting appointed to the goddamn Supreme Court.
All these people, these judges retiring during Trump's reign.
Right.
It is so hard to block a judge.
Damn you, Scalia, for dying.
Yeah, and Mitch McConnell. Somebody asked Mitch McConnell, like, yeah, so what if a Supreme Court justice dies and it's the last year of President Trump's presidency? What you gonna do? I'm gonna pass that motherfucker. Hey, it comes down to politics and it comes down to who you have in office. I agree 100% of it. But if there's nothing federal, do we stay?
But let me ask you this.
Yeah.
It's like I said.
That's not the gamble. That's not the gamble you want. Though.
I know, but I think it's going to that. I think that's what's going to happen. Something federal is going to happen. I just don't know where it's going to land. How
well? I mean, we can look at it right now. How the court is set up. That it's going to land in a conservative fashion.
Yeah. It depends on Chief Justice, right? Chief Justice Roberts. Which way he's going to go, which way he's going to swing.
We already know which way he's going to swing.
But no, because a lot of Republicans don't like him because he sided against them when it came to the health care bill, and he sided with them against them, I think, with the gay marriage bill. So it's kind of like, I don't know about this motherfucker, man. You're not doing your job.
That he's written in the past.
Yeah.
People kind of know how he's going to go with Roe v. Wade. Yeah. Like, So you don't want that one.
I'm not saying that I want it, but I think something federal.
Especially, you know what? No, you definitely don't want it to be something federal.
Why not?
Because
if I want something federal that will be for pro-choice. That's all I'm trying to say.
It's unfortunate for people in Ohio, Georgia, Alabama, and this is what I'm going to say. It isn't fair. But guess what, ladies? You can either drive or you can fly. Because it's states like Illinois and there's other states.
Oh, they talking about fine or penalizing you some kind of way if you go out of state as well.
Yeah, they're not gonna be able to really pull that.
All right,
they not. But you still
Mary Lou, where you going?
You still want to have that. Well, guess Mary Lou just moved to Chicago. Then that's a good way to get those people up here. But so the point that I'm making, I rather have it how it is now because it still gives a woman an option rather than gamble with how the court is set up that is going to restrict women in every state.
I mean, but this is why I don't know what's going to happen because you look at the majority of Americans, they might not want people to have abortions, but they are pro-choice. As long as it's safe and rare, I think people are not worried about it.
I mean, well, see, this is simple.
What?
This is a very slippery slope conversation.
It is.
Because when do you really say a baby is alive?
Right.
All right, are you saying conception?
Conception.
Is that a baby's alive?
Some people don't.
So we can say that. But I know this. I know unless it's a health reason, man, late-term abortions is foul as fuck. Mm-hmm. Just like if you,
majority of the time, though, that's what they are, though. People ain't just having.
I'm just saying.
I'm waiting to the 8 months. You know what? I ain't gonna have this baby. I'm gonna get an abortion. Your ass go to jail for that. That's murder.
Okay, that's all. That's where I'm at. And some people would frown on me because they'd be like, "Well, you're saying that the baby has to be here, and that's still a person here." So
that's a viable baby.
I mean, it's a slippery slope.
Oh, I'm not saying it's not.
It's just slippery.
I'm not
slope.
saying it's not.
You know, that's just the truth.
And this is a bunch of men sitting around talking about this.
Well, see, that's where I think it comes back to why we.
But these are men that are putting this shit into effect.
They are.
Because it's a woman's body. We should respect a woman's ability to choose because if the shoe was reversed, men would have a right to choose. No doubt about it.
The Earth population would be in
go
half.
Downstairs right now and get an abortion.
Right.
If it was
dudes
if guys
ain't having
were
that shit.
Man,
I'm with you guys on the late term abortion. I don't like that either.
Right.
Dude, the fucking whatever. Do you know how much science shit? Dude, we took a fucking Alzheimer's pill and used it for our dicks. Mm-hmm. Do you know how much? And that was just the science. We didn't solve anything, but we gonna get these dicks right. Do you know that if we had babies, the amount of contraceptive not for us not to have a kid,
it'd be a store just for it.
Like cherries, raspberry flavors, and so just imagine if it was like, yeah, man, I had to go to the game, I had to work, man. I'm fucking 6 months pregnant, man. And if they caught up on me, I caught up on me one time too, motherfucker. You just go around the corner, they do that shit over there. You only pay about $150.
Listen,
right?
Men get
not even.
Yeah, no, right. You got the Hims card. You got the discount. They take you got Hulu. You only pay so much over there.
They have free sports.
Listen, vasectomies are I was speaking about
you ain't talking about that in the form.
I still want to get it.
Let's slow down. Huh?
I'm still going to get it. I am.
Shuddy started looking at his dick like, hello?
No.
Is it me you're chopping on?
No.
I can feel it in my...
Ain't worried about it.
Somebody tuck into his conscience.
No, not at all. No, my whole point is
because I told your daddy about it and slowed that shit down. He's like, what the fuck you doing, boy?
We never talked about that shit.
Okay.
No.
Is it because Ken said he wants you to have a son? Did it
Man,
get to
listen,
you?
I had a 50-50 shot when Grace was born. She came out a girl, I'm done.
You can have another 50-50 shot.
Yeah. And you know what can come out? 2 girls. Could be twins.
And you could be happy.
I'll be very happy. I just ain't, no. Ain't happening. No more kids. But no, I was going to say vasectomies are still going out. You know, men still going out. And that is a form of contraception. And that's killing, listen, I can't give you my seed. That's right there. I can't no conception coming out of this right here. Why aren't people fighting over that? Why aren't pro-life people saying like, no, you got to stop having vasectomies too?
Close those vasectomy clinics.
Yeah, they ain't outside them motherfuckers, are they?
Nope. It's illegal to get a snip.
It's for men.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole thing. And it's by, and like as Ken said, these are fucking men passing these bills. Shit, yeah, I don't give a fuck, man. These chicks, they can have them babies. No, cut this shit now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't raising that motherfucker. Ain't no baby inside me. So that's the bullshit thing about it.
You got the Republican, was it senator or congressman? A representative, rather. There was reported a week or two ago that told his girlfriend, he was married, that at the time they thought she was pregnant. He was like, go get an abortion. But he's one of the guys. He's one of the guys that's a proponent of abortion. So she just wrote back like, yeah, you're out here telling people that abortion is wrong and all this, but you told me that I should go have an abortion.
She's gonna flame his ass in the media.
She did.
Really?
He's resigning.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Man, until it hit your family, then you gonna talk the old righteous bullshit.
Man, I don't want this baby. Now you know how them other motherfuckers feel.
Yeah.
You gotta get an abortion.
Y'all gotta stop killing these babies out in the streets. But anyway, yeah.
All right, hey, make sure you follow us on Twitter and Instagram at D and Davis Show. Once again, it's at D and Davis Show. Podcast, rate, share, comment, all that good stuff. It's on iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Music, Stitcher, and the TuneIn app. Also on YouTube. And also, too, I have my podcast, and I'm going to start putting out probably about once a week. A small, called Short Pod, called Endemond's Opinion. Nice little feedback off the first one, too. So if you haven't heard it, give us a chance. Give me a chance with that one, Endemond's Opinion. Just download that. Same places as well, iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Music, and Stitcher. Hit us up on Facebook, facebook.com/D and Davis Show, Gmail, dndavishow@gmail.com. I'm on Twitter at Demons1, Ken at That's Davis, Ryan at Ryan B. Ski, Sid at SidKid80.
Hope you enjoyed this show. Went to different places.
Edit, Ryan.
Went in a lot of different places. I hope that we all know that we come here to kind of get an understanding. And if we have the wrong understanding, please tell us so. We're open to learn and get a better understanding. So everybody,
yes.
Have a terrific week. We'll be back next week. Make sure you check out D and Davis' show. We will definitely be breaking down the finals. Probably the baseball draft, since the Sox are picking third, and that's the White Sox when we say Sox. That's the real Sox. Fuck the Red Sox.
Go White Sox.
What's up, Chris Sale? We still love you here.
Yes.
And then be back for D and Davis to Flip next week, and hopefully you'll enjoy that also. Next week we have Cheryl Stout.
Mm-hmm.
So next week from WBEZ, sports reporter Cheryl Stout, Chicago historian. I mean, she can basically tell you everything, and she's also a breaker of chains when it comes to women in this industry.
Yes.
So we're definitely going to have her sit in for the Flip. You should definitely come and check that out. It's going to be great. Cheryl is a fantastic person. We look forward to talking to her. Don't do anything crazy before you hear from us again.
We gone.
Keep your hands to yourself.
The Flip.